Hey, what's up guys? Bob Smith here. And I wanted to share a thought with you. There are a lot of guys who talk about reality-based training. And I hate when I tell someone to do a technique or I demonstrate a technique and I tell them, explain to them, this is how the technique is done. And 30 seconds later you look over and they're doing something entirely different. Or they're so softly and gingerly walking through their step by step and going, oh, but I don't want anybody to get hurt. That's not reality-based. That is theory-based. That's been proven as a myth from all MMA fights for traditional karate and traditional martial arts. I hate when people do that. It makes no sense whatsoever. You get one chance. If you can take my gun or my knife, then I'll believe your technique. But just because you want to go slow and flow and think, oh, I'm doing something. No, you're not. I hate when people talk about reality-based training, especially when it comes to weapons, disarms, and takeaways. I can teach somebody something, and 5 minutes later, they'll be off on the side doing something entirely different and thinking that somehow it's going to work. And I have no idea why they do this, but they insist on just going as slowly and as softly and just standing there like nothing matters. Somebody's got a gun pointed in your face. If they pull the trigger, you don't get a second chance. There's reality-based, and there are very few of these instructors around, even though everybody's going to tell you they're reality-based. And then there is theory-based, where these guys go through their flow drills and they tell you, this is what's going to happen now and this is what's going to happen. Take my gun away, take my knife away. I'm not going to stand there as soon as you touch me and just give it to you and say, ooh, your turn. You know what pisses me off? No matter how many times I will stand there and show people how to do a technique, I'll demonstrate it, I will give an explanation as to why it should be done that way. Reaction versus reaction, a person's blinking, their hand positioning on a gun, no matter what they're doing, how they're placing their hands on a weapon, how they take the weapon away, how they reset the weapon, tap rack, re-engage. Whatever they're doing, I'll give a clear example and an explanation as to why. And then you look over and people will be standing there like, I'm only going to put 5% effort into it. Or I'll see somebody who has no clue what they're doing and they're just making up their own drills as they go along. You need to understand, when you have 150 grains of ammunition hitting you at 2,300 feet per second, you don't get a second chance to go back and go, oopsies, I should have went faster. I'll tell you what I hate. I hate people throwing techniques out there and pulling because they don't want somebody to get hurt. You're training for a street fight. You're training for the most aggressive, violent confrontation that you may ever have in your lifetime. And you want to patty cake somebody, you want to pamper them, you want to teach them that, oh, this is how we're going to do it, this is okay. I don't want you to get hurt in training. They should experience a little bit of discomfort in training. They should experience a lot of it. If you can't handle getting popped in the nose in training with gloves on, you've got no business preparing for a street fight or thinking that you're a reality-based instructor. When you're throwing a technique at somebody, when you're punching, you should be punching like you're trying to break bricks, not like you're trying to give that person a love tap. You're trying to break a stack of bricks. That's how you should be punching. You're going to learn control if you do that long enough, but otherwise you're just spinning your wheels in the mud. You're not being productive, you're just faking it. You're just pretending that you're doing something productive and being reality-based. Meanwhile, the average guy who's out at Como Mai drinking a case of beer every Saturday night is going to meet you in the parking lot and give you an open hand slap that's going to ring your ears so hard you'll never want to try to consider training in self-defense again. Let's say you're defending against a knife or a gun. I've had guys who have taught the military, well, if you get shot, you're just going to give up. I'm not. I don't have a choice. Once you've actually shot me, now I have to fight. If I don't fight now, I'm definitely going to get shot again. So when you are facing somebody who has a knife or a gun and they stab you, you can't just fall down, lay there and die. You've got to finish the fight. If they shoot you and you're still alive and coherent, you still need to fight. You can't just lay there and give up and say, oh, let me start over. It's okay. No. So to do that and to learn to be in that mindset, you need to be as aggressive as possible when you snatch a gun out of somebody's hand, or when you jerk their body off balance when you're manipulating against a knife drill. Not standing there and just going, okay, I'm going to go real, you're a girl, so I'm not going to go very hard on you. What do you think some guy's going to do to a lady, especially if he catches her alone in an alleyway or in a Costco parking lot when the sun's going down? You think he's going to go, oh, I'm not going to go hard. I've dealt with this for years, telling people, you are not helping that person by sparring like that, and they don't care. But if you're going to deal with a weapons defense and you're the one doing it, you better be doing it like your life depends on it, because the way crime is escalating in a era of uncertainty, you might very well be performing that technique in real life. When you're training, especially it comes to a weapons takeaway, a knife disarm, a knife defense, a gun takeaway, you need to be snatching that thing out of their hand so fast and so violently that it startles them, even in training. Not pretending and walking through and saying, is this good enough? You need to snatch it out of your partner's hand so quickly and so violently that they look at you and they respect you for how much effort you've put into it. Not standing there and just tippy-tapping and making up your own techniques and strikes as you go along. That is not reality-based. That's theory-based. I hate theory-based. In theory, a side kick is a good defense for a jump back kick. In reality, a jump back kick is the most powerful kick there is, and I defy anyone to land a side kick on me if I'm throwing a jump back kick. Hey guys, there's two types of instructors. There's reality-based instructors and theory-based instructors. The majority will think that they are reality-based, but they're theory-based. And I hate when I teach somebody a technique and tell them this is how you should do a technique, and I look over and they're going through it so soft and they're just, I don't want to hurt you. Really? Well, what do you think a bullet's going to do when somebody pulls a gun on you? When you take a gun away from somebody, or you attempt to deflect a knife, you need to practice and even do it in practice so aggressively that you surprise your partner, so aggressively and so violently that even your partner was like, holy crap, and they have newfound respect for you, for the seriousness that you take this training in, not the tippy tap or I'm just going to walk through it. Yes, that is what I said. I said you should do the technique, even in training, so aggressively that it startles your partner. You shouldn't be standing there trying to go, well, once I learn it, I'll be okay. You should be doing it so aggressively that it scares your partner, that they have a newfound respect for you.